Hey guys, we're back with another boot review, this time of the brand new Mercurial Vapor 10s and the Hyperpunch metallic gold and black colorway. So out of the box we've got the gear bag as always, and then we get to the boots. So for the upper you've got this extremely bright, pretty much pink color. It's almost like that mango color that came out with the Vapors a while ago, but it's a lot brighter and a bit more pink compared to an orangish. For the Nike swoosh, you've got this bright Volt color with the gold speckling on it. Around the inside, you've got a small Nike swoosh, again with the gold speckling over the yellow Volt, and then on the back, you've got Mercurial down the back of the heel. Other than that, it's a pretty simplistic upper color-wise. Not too much going on here besides just the extremely bright colors. But what makes this boot really interesting is the lack of a tongue. This tongue right here, you can see, is sealed all the way around with the laces coming through. They may be slightly asymmetrical, but honestly it looks just about symmetrical, so right at the middle of your foot. The upper is an extremely thin microfiber material, extremely thin, and the tongue is a different material, but it's connected all the way through, and you can see it has a little bit of gaps right here, but up until that point it's totally connected all through the upper part of the foot. So you can see along the sides, it almost looks like there's flywire technology through the outside of the upper, but actually once you take a look inside, you can see that they've paneled the material to make it even thinner and even lighter, both on the inside and the outside of the boot. This upper is extremely micro-textured. You can see right there in the camera that it's got a little bit of texture to it. Again, the boot comes with the all conditions control technology in order to give you better grip in wet and dry conditions. That's about it for the upper. As we go down to the sole, the bottom of this boot, as you can see, is black, but it's got a little bit of a silver speckle to it, as you can see there, with the Volt Nike hit right there on the bottom. And then there you can see a little bit better view of the speckling throughout the black. See a totally redesigned sole plate. It's an ultra lightweight nylon sole plate, taking the split toe design from the Hypervenom to give you a little bit more flexibility up front. And they actually went back to the 4-stud design in the heel, presumably for more stability. You can see that they're no longer cored out like they used to be, and they have a little bit, this has a green hit through them. Not sure if that's going to serve any purpose, not sure if it's a different material at all, but you can see that there's the green through the outside studs. On the inside 2 studs, there's nothing else, just 2 clear studs. On the inside of the foot, you're going to, again, still have bladed studs, but this time they're going to be a little bit more designed for 360-degree motion. You can see you have the circle here to give you 360-degree traction when you're planting off your toe. Nike has also ditched the traction zone up front and replaced it with this little, it's almost a wave. You guys should be able to see that. It's almost a wave at the toe of your foot. Serve the same purpose as the traction spikes, but this is just one single little stud up front. The insole is still the same thin insole that you're used to getting with the Vapors, just one layer of foam. Not too much of that there. And again, take a look inside, you can see the way that they've paneled the inside of the boot to cut down on the weight. The seamless upper design is aimed to feel more like a sock. So now I'll give you guys some detailed shots and then we'll take a look on feet and I'll let you know how that really turns out. Alright guys, here's taking a look at the Nike Vapor 10s on feet now. I actually got these in a 9.5 compared to the regular 9 that I take in Vapors, just because the 9s felt a little bit tight when I tried those on. But these fit pretty good. Right off the bat, it's an interesting fit. Obviously without the tongue it's going to be a little bit more evenly dispersed with the pressure, which I'm not exactly used to, because I'm used to that pressure right across kind of the front of my foot. But there's not as much pressure here. Only place there's really any pressure is right here along the kind of top of my ankle. You'll see on camera how I have that laced up a little bit tighter, but it's starting to wrinkle a little bit in the tongue. Not so much, but just a little bit right here. I'm not sure how that's really going to affect the play. I'd have to do a little bit of play test with these. But it is wrinkling a little bit, especially again. Again, on the outside right here, you can see that it's folded over and starting to crease a little bit from being tied so tightly, but they're not tied any tighter than any normal boot would be. Obviously, you want your boots tight. Minus that creasing, they do feel pretty solid. The front of the foot feels pretty nice. It's a little bit tiny bit wide, but just barely. On feet, though, they do look pretty good, in my opinion. The Hyperpunch pink pops a lot against that Volt. As expected, both very bright colors separated by that black, so they're going to look pretty good together. Along the bottom, back to the four-stud design, which feels like any other four-stud cleat. You're not going to have any pressure. Honestly, though, I would, just from feeling it on turf right here, I would prefer the two-stud design, but that's just my personal preference. So that was a quick look at the Nike Vapor 10 and the new Hyperpunch colorway. Definitely unique boot with the new connected tongue design. I think if my foot was a little bit wider, it might actually fill it out a little bit better, therefore not creasing as much with the tongue. But I'll get some other opinions from other kids on my team that get this boot, and then we'll see how they like it and what they think of it. But personally, just not quite comfortable enough for me with that overlap and that creasing. I am interested to see the Superfly version of this with the ankle sock liner. I like the colorway, and I've always been a fan of the Vapors and the Superflies, so it'll be interesting to see if that has the same problem with the overlap and with that tongue and that ankle wrap as well. There's actually been a price drop with this boot compared to the Vapor 9s, going from $225 down to $200 flat. So that's a nice little thing to see from Nike. Most of the other boots are going up in price, and they actually dropped the price with the Vapors. Other than that, that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe as always, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.